Hey, what's up? This is Jason Drone. Welcome to today's episode of GSD Daily. It's episode number 119, and we're going to talk about maximizing your conversion from people who are leaving your website. So yesterday we kind of talked about heat mapping and screen recording and stuff, and software wasn't working for what I wanted it to do. But I had this idea yesterday afternoon to do this live stream on Exit Pops. So Exit Pops are incredible for capturing engagement from somebody who's leaving your website. In fact, we do them a lot on like VSL pages or webinar registration pages, or anytime we're looking for somebody to do something, from paid traffic, free traffic, whatever. So if you are getting good traffic and you want them to consume the piece of content that they landed on before you move them into a lead generation thing, before you get them to opt in for something, then that's where this really works. And it's a trick that I learned like 10 years ago. I was reading a blog post that, basically, Darren Rose, who's the owner of ProBlogger, he was testing out like Exit Pop stuff, and Exit Pop technology was pretty new, and he was testing it out. And what he found was that if you show up on a website and you show up an Exit Pop, or you show a lander, immediately when somebody lands on a piece of content, like it grays over and shows that lander, they're not going to opt in. But if you show that same lander like 30 seconds or 45 seconds after they've been on the website, then it greatly increases the odds that they're going to opt in, because they already know that your content is worthwhile. So you've given a little bit of value, they opt in, they get more value. So that's the idea of it. Then these Exit Pops started happening. So Exit Pops are when you go to, it utilizes this thing called exit intent technology. Exit intent. So basically, whenever your mouse is moving up to the top of the screen, the web page tracks that, and it uses it to fire a screen, to fire an exit modal. And then that exit modal has a opt-in box, and then you can opt in for a lead magnet or a video course or whatever you want. It's an opt-in form. So I have been using these for years. They're generally okay with paid traffic. It just depends on the type of paid traffic you're sending. But we're going to go through those. So let's throw up, my favorite is Pickreel, PICREEL.com. It tends to be the one that I get the best results on. This is also an example of an Exit Pop. So basically I was here, it thought I was leaving, it threw up the Exit Pop. But this is the website, pickreel.com. Another one is Thrive Leads. So Thrive Leads is a fantastic plugin that has a lot of different, it's a WordPress plugin, has a lot of different ways to generate leads. And Exit Pops are one of them. So you can grow your list, using, it's like 8 or 10 different types of opt-in modalities. There is one, and that's an example of an Exit Pop right there. So then we can click here to go whatever, but it's meant to basically serve as a pattern interrupt and then get you to do something next. There was one a while ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago, called Bounce Exchange, and Bounce Exchange was like $5,000 a month. It was absolutely ridiculous for this exit intent technology, and it was widely reported that they had patented this exit intent technology. I don't know whether they did or not, because literally there are thousands of competitors now. Bounce Exchange turned into BounceX, which turned into this wonderkind.co. So it's interesting. I just bring it up to basically show you that it has been around for a really long time. This is a very, very, very big company. They have phone sales staff, like the whole deal. There's an economical choice called Opt-in Monster, and Opt-in Monster works really nice. I think it's WordPress, and it has like an HTML variation on it. And then there are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of, different pieces of software that will do this Exit Pop for you. But the one I like I said, is Pickreel. Now, See, there's it on our site. So I basically went into the page and then I scroll back out, and then our exit pop showed. So the exit pop that we have right now is how to convert clicks to clients. Click here to learn more. This goes off to a sales page. So it's our funnel factor book for $19.95. We gave it away for a little bit, and then I ended up publishing a textbook on Amazon, and then we're selling the book for $19.95. There's the textbook on Amazon there for $97. Now, let's look at the stats of that. So that exit pop that you just saw, we're going to look at the actual numbers of the campaign. So in the last, here we go. So these numbers are from 7/27 to 8/27. So it's in the last month from today. You can see that right there. That exit pop has shown to 6,100 people. So 6,100 people watched the exit pop. Or I'm sorry, 6,100 people could have seen the exit pop. They landed on a page that the exit pop would have fired on. However, there's rules with the exit pop. And one of the rules is it can only show one time per one day. So like if you go from page to page to page and you X out of the one, it doesn't continue showing to you as you're exiting. So that's one of the rules. Then it was actually impressed. There was 3,500 impressions. Of those 3,500 impressions, we got 4.141% clicks. So 4% of the people who saw the impression clicked the button. So think of it. That's 4 out of every 100 people who were leaving your website then took some additional action on your website. It's pretty solid stuff, right? So that's 155 conversions total. So, and then you can see our stats, like we had 13 conversions on 8/20, on the 20th. So, and then our summary. So, all in all, our account has 2 million impressions that we can run on. So, but 4% conversion on that exit pop, pretty damn good. So let's look at the campaigns, because this is the important part. I want to show you how they're broken down. So here we have M, T, and D. And what this means is that this is that same exit pop, but it's for mobile. This is the same exit pop, but it's for tablet. And this is the same exit pop, but it's for desktop. And the reason we show the 3 different ones is because the modality is obviously different. Now, think about how you interact with a mobile device. There's no mouse. So the exit intent is mouse driven. So like I think you can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse? Yeah, you can see my mouse. So the mouse has to, it's down on the page, and then it makes a sudden movement up. So when it makes that sudden movement up, the exit intent fires, or the pop-up fires. That's how it's configured. On a mobile device, there's no mouse. So there's no way, because you're scrolling with your finger. So there's no way to track when they're about to leave, because there's no thing on the page. So it's just, you just move your thumb to the X, you back out, whatever. There's no way to measure intent. So the reason we have mobile and tablet exit pop is because they are based on delay or scroll, or both. So let's look at the desktop one first. We're going to go in, I believe it's this one. So this is how we set up the modal there. And every software has its own little thing. But if we go to the gears, it's going to show you how it actually works. So basically, this modal does not pop for some pages. But let's look at the trigger options here. So disable triggers if a user spent less than 5 seconds on the site. So if somebody spent less than 5 seconds, we don't pop anything, because they showed up, they bounced off. Might be a cold traffic click that they clicked the wrong thing, might be whatever. So it doesn't even make sense to show it to them, because they haven't gotten any value. So on exit is active, and the exit offer sensitivity is low. So it's a slower scroll up to the top of the screen. It isn't like a fast, like, boom, you know what I mean? So low works there. The rest of these are disabled. We could disable exit and then show up only after 30 or 45 seconds. That would work too. I've tested it. It doesn't work nearly as well as an exit on desktop. We can show it if it scrolls down X%, if the person, or if they scroll up X%, because you might scroll down and then you scroll back up and then you can, because there's I've talked about it before, but if you're watching screen recordings, they scroll down and up and down and up. Like right now in COVID, it's kind of a weird thing how people are interacting with websites, but this will trigger when they go back up, which is kind of cool. And then after scrolling up X% or on the click. So if they click on something, you can then pop up this exit pop, which is all cool stuff. But here's the thing. Under device type, you can see that this is just a desktop campaign. So only on desktop does it do the exit intent technology, and we can also prioritize campaigns. Now let's click back over to a mobile campaign so you can see that. So we're going to go into the mobile campaign. Same settings up here, but our trigger options are different. So the trigger options are, it disables if a user spent less than 5 seconds. But it isn't an on-exit campaign, because if it was on exit on a mobile, we'd never get any impressions because we never know when it was going to fire. So how it works is it shows if the person has been on the website for 45 seconds. So at 45 seconds, they see the exit pop. And also when they scroll down 50% of the page. So they have to be on the website for 45 seconds, and they also have to scroll down 45 seconds. That's a pretty solid, for us, it's like, well, you're reasonably interested in the thing that you're in, so it just makes sense that would work. And as I think about it, some of our blog posts have been really freaking long lately. So I think I'm just going to disable this. So we're going to make this inactive, because a 4,000 word blog post, you're scrolling quite a bit. So I'm just going to disable this while we're in here. And then I'm just going to save it. And then I'm going to do it in the tablet campaign too. So here in tablet, we have same offers or same setups, but then it's still 45 seconds in tablet. And then we're going to disable this. And down here under device type, you can see that this is a tablet device. So we're going to hit save, and then all is well. All is right with the world again. So, and then you can see our conversion rate here. So on our desktop, our conversion rate is 6.54%. We got 3,900 impressions from that and 261 conversions. On mobile, we've gotten 3,400 impressions, 92 conversions, and it's been 2.67%. So you can see how the exit piece really, really helps increase the conversion, which puts more people on your email list. So that's it. That's what I got for today. If you have any questions at all, go to doneforyou.com/start and fill out the little form. We'll get on a call and talk about your project, your funnel, your traffic, whatever. And if you have any questions, just comment below here or like on the Facebook page or whatever, and I'll talk to you soon. All right? Thanks.